Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Somebody is in play mode. No, can I please? I want my keyboard. Hello. Good to see you. Sorry, love. Good to see you, though. I swear these pets today. Oh, I took Ava potty and she dragged her leash through fresh doo-doo. So when I went to unhook her in the dark and I didn't know it, and I'm fresh out of my shower. Yeah. Thank God for antibacterial soap. Hi, sweetie pie. You can't do that. Not when I'm on. Hi, Patrick B. Hello, Tammy. Hi, crazy old lady. So we have, well, in my time zone, we have 41 minutes of crazy old lady behaving herself. Yeah, right. Hello, Lisette Panette. Hello, Shane. I don't even know why I look when I hear, thud or crash or chunk. It's gonna be one of them. Usually it's Billy. Earl gets into it too, though. Okay, I've been waiting all day. I just have to try them. Sorry, they're not for you. Hi. Oh. Okay, both of you. She's been waiting all day too. Yes, Patrick P. The cats are okay. Hi. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah. Wait, I have to unwrap it. You silly girl. Oh, those eyes, y'all. Okay. Oh my gosh, she's so happy. She is so happy. Give him a good look. She's like, nope, I'm gonna go eat. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, crazy old lady. That was so perfect. Billy, he got so excited. I don't know if y'all can see when he jumped up. It didn't even cut through, so it's good. It was just startling. Hi, Billy. I guess. Is it your turn? Are you mad at me now? I think he's a little irritated that the dog went first. Okay, should we do salmon, chicken, or tuna? Which one? The blue one. Okay, whatever the blue one is. That was his choice. It's tuna. All right. Right on the nose. Aww. He's the cutest. I love him. How you like that, baby boy? Is that good stuff? Yeah, you got it on your nose, I know. Oh, you dropped some on your chest. On your little smock there. You got it on your eye, too. How did you do that? How did you do that? It's up here on your eye, you silly Billy. Oh, hi, Dana M. He is so loving this. Hi, Jenny Green. Yeah. Yes. He's such a good boy. Here, Mama's got to squeeze it out from the bottom. Okay. If ever you don't feel loved, get a cat and just feed it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just feed it. They take care of the rest. Dogs too. Well, hi, Earl. Oh, is it your turn? I'm not even going to wash my hands yet because I got to give Earl one now. You're done. You take your... I am sorry. I told Billy he was done and he kicked the eject button on the mouse. It's like he knew. Hi, Chadaskadam. Did. He was like, I'm done. You're done. Okay, I have to hide my mouse now, apparently. Earl, where'd you go? Earl. Earl. Oh, that's a purse. I'm yelling at a purse. Earl's right here. My kid left a bag on the floor. I thought it was Earl. All right, what color do you want? Earl? No, Billy. Billy. You've had yours. Earl. Pick a flavor. Flav. Was that pink? Did you choose pink? Okay, pink it is. Pink is salmon. We're going with salmon, Earl. I know Billy smells like tuna right now. He did that. Yeah. Billy, you've had yours. Earl very patiently waited for you to be done. These two, I love them so much. This is so much fun. I'm sorry, guys. For all of those who just come here for the court stuff, I'm sorry. This is just too much fun. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You got one eye closed for concentration. You got to focus. All right. And we're to the top. I get that? No, you can't eat the packaging, Billy. Oh my goodness. All right. Just a couple. I can hear Ava. I can hear Ava chomping. Man, she's working that marrow bone. All right. Over here. You over here. There. Now. Okay. Yeah. Good. Oh. See, I'm so glad that y'all know that y'all knew well enough when Billy hit the eject button. Like, you guys didn't, just assume that I closed it down, because I wouldn't. So you just hung out waiting because you knew it's a darn eject button. But what you didn't know was it was Billy being Billy. He was mad. Love you, Earl. Usually Billy's the only one that I get to give kisses to. Oh, speaking of which, someone, and I don't know who yet. Oh, they do. Well, when I first started streaming, I was giving them to Earl on the stream back in the early days. Hi, Lucy. Right, yeah. Cat Kitty didn't touch it because he knew that button would do it. But Billy, I think Billy knew it would do it too. Let's see. I had some others come in. So I have to really quickly, guys. Sorry. I don't think I got to say hi to Dana. I don't think that I said hi, but I don't think I gave you your wave. And Chadaska Dum. There we go. I think I got everybody now. Philippines. I know everybody loves the animals. The paw firm. The paw firm. Lick the like button. Oh my goodness. So yeah, speaking of the wish list, I don't know who it is yet. And I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I can squeeze this and say, I think this is this. I can't do that. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is going to be. So it is a surprise. I'm loving having a box cutter here. Like this was a great idea. Whoever suggested this, you are tops. All right. Dun da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh! Oh my gosh. Libby, thank you so much. I wanted these so bad. They're the Silver Vine Kicker toys. Oh my gosh. There it is. I lost it for 2 seconds. Okay, so I've talked about Silver Vine before. Silver Vine is like catnip. Only catnip, only 80% of cats are affected by catnip or respond to it. But Silver Vine has a higher ratio. I believe those were the stats. Don't quote me on them. But I know for certain that Silver Vine has a higher ratio. So what these are the actual Silver Vine sticks. And then this here is the fruit that's created on the Silver Vine. So they're stronger than catnip, basically. And cats like them more. Hey, Earl, come test this. Or Billy. Billy. Hey, Earl, would you like this? What is it? What is... No, Ava, you go back to your bone. What is this, Earl? Is that making you happy? He doesn't know what to do yet. He's like, I want to cuddle it and eat it at the same time. Now let's see if I can get Billy's attention. Billy, if you can smell it, you'll come running. I know you will. Come on, Billy. You wanted to play earlier, and I just couldn't. And now you don't even know. What is this, baby? What is this? Yeah, Earl's already got his. Oh. You want this? What do you think, lady? Oh, yeah. Oh, there. It won't take long. They're going to start tearing down the house any minute now. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Libby Jones, that was amazing. I wanted them so bad. Oh, I'm not allowed? Okay. Earl told me. This is going to be a fun night. I've got Ava chewing on her bone, on her marrow bone that she is so stoked about. And then I've got the cats, and they're going to be high as hell. And so Checks and Cherries has her toy out there. I charged it up, and I had it going it should still have some juice in it. So when they're done playing with their silver vine and look at Earl, he's going crazy. He's like tucked it under the blanket. He's trying to get it out and play with it. Oh my God, this is amazing. Earl doesn't usually respond to a lot of toys. He's very particular. Hi, buddy. Did you mean to do that? Oh, but he loves my cowboy hat. Today he went back under my desk and he pulled the cowboy hat string through the back of the wall and then made my cowboy hat jump again. Like, that's his favorite game right now. And then when I looked under there, he had his paw stuck. And I swear he would have chewed his arm off to get it free. The way that he was like twisting it and pulling. And I'm like, buddy. And I just grabbed it. I lifted his paw up just slightly and went like that with his claws and it came loose. Yeah, Grandma got you free. Didn't even have to take the paw off. I'm so happy he's happy. Okay. Hi, Kay Alperk. Good to see you, love. What's a good one? Aww. Okay, guys, we keep giving ourselves animalistic ways of clicking that like button, and people are going to start mistaking us for a bunch of furries. Yep, that's the truth right there. Yep. It's just that we love cats and dogs and other animals, like any animal. I'm not picky. I love spiders even, and I love snakes, and I love birds, and you name it. I'm still not going to Australia, Philip. You can't make me. Yes. Yes, the paw firm. You guys are so great. Oh, they all are very happy. All three of them tonight. Man, you guys did great. You guys are amazing. And that is absolutely. Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. You know, cockatiels actually can learn words too, and they're a lot less expensive than parrots. But you can teach a cockatiel pretty darn quick how to speak. Silvervine. Give me 1 second here. I've got a whole bunch of Silvervine toys on the Amazon wish list. But for anybody, if your cat doesn't respond to catnip very well, try Silvervine. It even comes in like a powdery form, like catnip comes in the flakes. Silvervine comes in like a powder. What's $600 in Australia, Philip? Oh no, that's tragic. Sorry. Yeah, mine, as you can tell, they very much love Silvervine. I am so stinking happy. Oh wait, there's a note inside. Let's see if it talks about. Oh, not really. It's a bunch of frequently asked questions and answers, but It's common sense questions. Why is there an unpleasant smell after unpacking? Because it's not intended for humans. It's a cat treat. That's like me asking, why when I open a can of cat food, does it not smell like filet mignon? Oh, really? I can't believe they're that expensive there. They're real cheap here. What's the well, I know you love budgies, but what is the affordable version of a parrot in Australia? Oh, that is so sweet. They are one of the most intelligent birds. Ravens and crows, they are both so intelligent. And, with birds, when you have them as pets, it's best to create like little puzzles for them to get their treats and stuff. They respond really well to that, and it keeps them interactive. And they're just, yeah, birds are so intelligent. You just don't, bird people get it. If you're not a bird person, it's, you don't really see the value in it, but birds, like, they need that constant chatter, that constant talking and constant attention. Oh, I love pigeons. I think I've told people before here, but when I was little, like, I don't know, like 10-ish, so there's a viaduct not very far from my parents' house, like a couple blocks, and birds, unfortunately pigeons, would often fall victim to the cars moving under the viaduct. And I would find them on my walks because I loved walking the town when I was little. And I'd always walk past the viaduct and I'd find pigeons that had gotten thumped. And they were mostly okay, but just needed a little TLC and rest, basically, before they could fly away again. So I'd pick them up and take them home with me, and I named them all Feisty. There were like 3 of them that I took home and nurtured back to health, and named them all Feisty because that's what they were. They probably did not understand why this kid was taking them away from the viaduct when they just wanted to sit on the sidewalk. I love pigeons so much. That's amazing. Oh, whoa. This is an everything channel. You tell me one day where we stayed on a topic. I don't think there's been one. Oh, that is so cute. That's one thing I've always wondered is, can you potty train a bird? I did not know the answer to that. We had cockatiels and budgies and finches. Those were what my mom raised. It's definitely a cat channel and an Ava channel. Yep. It's been a minute. Yeah. It's been a minute. I've had a lot of people going back and watching that one on Replay Crew. That's been really cool. They've been commenting in the lives. The final episode, for those who are watching the Kloosterfrick saga, the final episode is the 7-hour long stream. Did it. It was worth it. Oh my. Well, why not? Hold on. Bellevue plane crash. Okay, let me take y'all with me. Present, share screen, window, this one, share. Okay, and now I'm not going to be able to see, I know, I'm sorry, not my fault. I am not going to be able to see chat for a minute, but let's check this out. And I have got to find, hold up. Zoom 100%. Okay. We're all old here. Which one of you is at my foot? Oh, hi, Ava. Hi, baby girl. You happy? Are you happy? Hi, baby girl. Hi. Mwah. I love you. I love you. Okay. Oh, hell no. What? Okay. There we go. So that's what it looks like, guys. That is a small plane crash near Bellevue's Newport neighborhood Tuesday evening after a reported engine failure, according to police. There were no reported injuries. Bellevue police and fire departments responded to multiple 911 calls about a plane in distress that deployed its parachute around 5:04 p.m. in the 6500 block of 127 Place Southeast, police spokesperson Seth Tyler said. The two individuals who were on board the Cirrus SR-22 told officers they were on a training flight out of Renton when the engine failed. They deployed a whole plane parachute that allowed them to bring the plane down in a controlled manner, Tyler said. Wow, a training flight. So, let me ask you all this. If you were on a training flight and this happened to you, are you going to continue to learn to fly planes, or are you done? I'm sorry. I had no control over that. Oh my gosh, Brian Boggs, seriously. In Michigan? For real? Oh, from the plane crash thing? Oh my goodness. The only place I would ever even consider possibly flying, like if you ask me right now, pick where you're going. The only place I might get on a plane for is Connecticut. And that's not for the place, it's for the person. Oh, wow. The third lesson, they stall it on purpose so that you learn how to land in an emergency. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but I don't know the copyright laws of that. Like, if I show it, then they might be able to claim them that they now own my content for the day, and I don't want to give them that right. It's a thing. It's a YouTube thing. It happens a lot. Not to me, because I just don't play other people's videos at all. So they survived. Yeah. Yeah, it said that it came down successfully. That they gently landed it, basically. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Catherine Gaston. What is that? Oh, an umbrella with rain. Oh, it looked like a taco with issues. After every travel? You're not going to accidentally park it in the bush? I get that, but I didn't know what that emoji was. It was confusing me. I couldn't put it. I couldn't figure it out. Sometimes those little pictures don't do justice to what they're trying to identify as. Oh, one right after the other. I wish I could show that it was at the exact same time. No, I'm happy you did it. Oh, my tummy hurts now. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, my tummy hurts now. Yeah. He didn't even have to deploy the parachutes. Oh. You making fun of me. I did not. I will have to go look at that. I will have to see that. Your puppy became a swamp puppy? There's the taco. You saw the swamp puppy? Okay, now we all gotta go see the swamp puppy. I'm sorry. All right, hold up. Let me get this loaded. Okay, so to my stream. And I'm assuming it's in Paw Pets. Now, present. I guess I hadn't ended sharing the last one. All right. Why is everyone going to be upset? Two minutes. Two minutes. Oh, I'm only going there because you said, oh my God, yes, I saw it. So I was like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. Okay, well, if people are going to be upset, they're just going to be upset. Okay, so. Oh my God, I love your Billy. Oh my gosh. My trusty coworker and occasional viewer of YouTube videos. Oh, that is so pretty and big. Is that the swamp puppy? That is so cute. Oh. Shelly Babes says it all. That was awesome. Thank you, Foxtrot. Oh, wow. I know that is your dream, and I am trying so hard. I promise. You can ask the girls. I am trying. I told you, Emily, Tammy, I told you. See that right there? I told you. He so badly wants me to find one. It's seriously, it's his thing. He has to have it. I'm trying. I can't make them go to Washington. All right, guys. I am going to put on a court clip. I know, once in a while we do that here. Oh my gosh. Hey, crazy old lady, it's 12:01. You don't have to be good anymore. Oh, I can't wait for all of the comments to come in on this video. Let's see who I offended today by not immediately streaming court cases. Yep. It happens. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love trolls. I've started just responding. Thanks for interacting with the channel. I needed a laugh. All right, present. This one is not very long. Well, let me see here. Actually, we're going to start with I agree. We're going to start with this one first.
We are now live streaming on YouTube. This is Judge Dulce Madrigal. I'm hearing Caldwell County cases today on March 1st, 2024. At this time, I'll recall cause number 23 FL 340. Present in my virtual courtroom is one of the parents. That would be the custodial parent, Elizabeth Amber Ritchie. Ms. Ritchie, you're there on the phone. You can't see us and we can't see you. However, I know you're there. So go ahead and announce yourself with your full legal name, ma'am.
Elizabeth Amber Ritchie.
Thank you. Now I need to swear you in. If you'd raise your right hand for me and tell me when it's raised, since I can't see you.
Yes, ma'am, it's raised.
There you go. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Then the other parent, the non-custodial parent, James Casey Thacker, is not present. He's not here in the virtual room or on the Zoom platform. This case was set for 8:30. It's now almost 9:45. He's not appeared. I assume we're going to be proceeding without him. Then, Mr. Irvin, if you would now announce and then give me an opening statement, including background on Mr. Thacker and service and reasons why we can proceed by default.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. My name is Richard Irvin. I am with the Office of the Attorney General. Your Honor, the case was filed on July 31st of 2023. The state of Texas filed a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. Mr. Thacker was served on August 24th of 2023. Sometime in September of that year, he filed an answer of sorts with the district clerk, basically saying that he was not appearing on that court date back in October. On October 17th of 2023, the court ordered genetic testing in this case. On January 18th of 2024, the case was reset to today because we did not have the genetic testing results available as we do at this time. Now, according to my notes, we did send a copy of the reset order for today to Mr. Thacker, but with all candor of the court, I must inform the court that my colleague who signed the certificate of service did not include Mr. Thacker's name on the certificate of service. So for that reason, and another more important reason, the state is requesting a temporary order today. And so that we want to make sure we can get perfect service information in place, and for a more important reason that I'll go into in a minute. And last, the state will be requesting that the court take judicial notice of the court's file. I guess I'll go a little bit further. I know that Mr. Thacker is currently incarcerated until, I believe, August of 2025. He is incarcerated currently in a treatment facility. Ms. Ritchie is going to testify that he had some sort of horrific vehicle accident that changed him and changed perhaps his personality, and there was some scary times between them. And because of that, my understanding is Ms. Ritchie is going to be requesting a non-disclosure, though she is okay with her email and phone number being included in the order. She's going to be requesting that the court find that Mr. Thacker is the father of the child and establish the parent-child relationship. She'll be requesting the last name as Ritchie. At this time, she is not requesting any conservatorship rights for Mr. Thacker. She is okay with the presumptive geographic restriction to Caldwell and surrounding counties. In terms of visitation, my understanding is she's requesting the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 1 to 5, supervised for 26 periods of possession, to be followed by first, third, and fifth Saturday from 8 to 5, supervised until further order of the court. At this time, Ms. Ritchie has access to health insurance through an other source at a cost of $86 a month itself, just for the child. She does not have dental insurance in place at this time, so the state would request government medical assistance. Because Mr. Thacker is incarcerated at this time, the state's not requesting that any cash medical support or child support be set. One of the main reasons, the main reason for doing the temporary order, Your Honor, is because Ms. Ritchie has some information that perhaps Mr. Thacker does have some real income. And so the state and you're requesting a temporary order today so that we may have time to research some possible income. Lastly, the state would request that the court reserve retroactive costs or judgments and court costs. And then we do a return date of June 6th at 8:30 in the morning for a Zoom final hearing. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, that was pretty thorough. And what was the one thing? Did I hear that she was not requesting conservatorship rights for him, or did I miss that part?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Even though we are granting visitation?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, then we'll get some testimony. I agree with you. We can't, or we shouldn't proceed on the merits, so we'll do a temporary order today. And you may go forward with your witness, Mr.
Thank you very much. Ms. Ritchie, can you state your full name for the record?
Yes, Elizabeth Amber Ritchie.
And what is your relationship to the child in this case?
I'm her mother.
And what is the child's full name and age?
Her full name is Emma Abigail Teresa Ritchie, and she's 7 years old.
Did you get a chance to review the genetic testing results that I sent to you this morning?
Yes, sir, I did.
Your Honor, at this time, the state's going to enter into a request that be entered into evidence. The genetic testing results have been marked as State's Exhibit 1. And I have the ability at this time to screen share if the court would like for me to do that.
And no, if you'll just indicate the probability of paternity is over the 99.999%.
All righty. So at this time, Your Honor, the genetic testing results, I do not have them open, but I do remember it was 99.999999996%.
That's sufficient. Then they'll be admitted. Page 1 of the report, though, you will attach to the back of the order. So Mr. Thacker, since he's not here, actually gets to see the results in writing himself.
I'll do that. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Ritchie, when was the last time Mr. Thacker saw the child?
Would have been at his mother's funeral service. So sometime at the end of July.
Of which year?
2023. Of 2023.
Okay. Has he been incarcerated ever since, or is the incarceration a relatively new thing?
I think it's relatively new. I want to say he was incarcerated around the end of the year sometime, maybe before the holidays. I don't know. I didn't see him after his mom's funeral.
All right. All right. Has there ever been a protective order between you and Mr. Thacker?
No, sir.
Has there ever been a trespassing warning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when was there a trespass warning given?
Would have been 2017.
And what county was that?
Caldwell.
And why? Who was given the trespass warning?
Casey Thacker.
And why was Mr. Thacker given a trespass warning?
He had been living with me on my property. One day he got upset about something. His like face changed, his demeanor changed, and he was holding our child. She was about 8 months old. I noticed that he was not okay, so I tried to get her, and he kind of just walked away, walked outside. He didn't let her go. He ended up squeezing her tighter than he should have and bruising her ribs, and he didn't remember. So I just didn't didn't feel safe with him coming back around.
What, did the child receive any medical attention for this?
Yes, I took her to the hospital, to the emergency room here in Luling. It would be the Seton Edgar B. Davis Hospital.
And was there any medical treatment that was done?
They just did like a little x-ray on her tummy and everything, and then they just told me to give her Tylenol, to put compress on her tummy and to make sure if she felt any discomfort, just to let them know or come back.
Has Mr. Thacker had kind of is Mr. Thacker the same Mr. Thacker that he was when the child was born?
His accident happened before she was born, so he's been a different person for a while.
All right. So what kind of accident did he have?
He was going to purchase a moped, a little scooter, and he was coming back. He was in a turning lane to turn, and a lady in a Hummer was in the non-turning on a cell phone and decided at the last minute that she needed to turn, and she ran completely over him. He was in a coma for about 45 days, and he went under several surgeries, physical therapy, just a lot of things. He ended up getting diagnosed with brain injury and PTSD. So he's definitely a different person than the person I remember.
Do you have safety concerns because of his personality now?
I do, because he didn't remember hurting our child, and that concerns me. I mean, there were some times that he was physical with me before she was born, and he wouldn't remember, and I would excuse it. But as a mother, when you become a mother, and this is my only child, you tend to value life differently. I didn't value my life as much as my mother probably did, seeing me have bruises or scars or whatever, but I could never take the chance of him accidentally killing our child and not remembering, knowing as a mother that he didn't even remember hurting her. And it wasn't like putting her in the hospital for days or anything. It was just something,
So
it was still severe, but it wasn't as severe as taking her life. And I don't ever want to be that person that puts my daughter at risk. And to me, that is a risk.
It sounds like she has some very valid concerns. And unfortunately, this happens with brain injuries. I've heard of this before, where the nicest person in the world has an accident with a brain injury, and they're not that person anymore. And it's got to be hard for the people who love them to watch them become something they've never been. And all of a sudden they've got trauma and PTSD, and it often results in drug issues and things because they can't cope. It is very sad to see this happening. I am not sure who that is, but I'll definitely look that up. But I've seen this. There was a guy on one of the Karen videos when they broke down, when I think it was, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe it was Public Freakouts Unleashed, or his other channel, The Reckoning. He broke it down and found out that the Karen on the golf course was actually someone who had a brain injury who they changed.
So
That's a ticking time bomb that you don't know.
Okay. So Ms. Ritchie, you said that you have some fear that he might accidentally kill her. What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying, like, I would never want that. Like, if he bruises her and he doesn't remember, what would he do that he wouldn't remember? I mean, just because, like I said, I went through more severe stuff with him before she was born. So
you said that
I just couldn't think that.
You said that he got physical with you. Can you be a little more descriptive? What does that mean?
give me a moment.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Did you
I
mention
wasn't,
the
I wasn't
non-disclosures,
prepared.
Mr.
I
Urbina?
wasn't prepared for that kind of a question. Sorry.
No problem, Ms. Ritchie, hold on a minute. Are you all requesting the non-disclosure? Is that?
Ms. Ritchie is requesting the non-disclosure, Your Honor, but she is okay with her email and phone number being in the order.
Okay, thank you. Then, Ms. Ritchie, did you want to answer the question or do you need him to re-ask it?
There were just times that he would do things that there was a time that I was walking past him in the apartment, and I don't know if I walked past too fast or what, but he grabbed me by my ponytail and spun me around, and I ended up in a neck brace for 2 months.
Was law enforcement advised of this?
I didn't tell them what really happened. I did go to the hospital.
Okay. Were there any other situations where he got physical with you?
I have some scars on my right arm from making dinner and not cutting vegetables the right way. So he tried to show me on my arm.
With a knife?
Yeah.
And all of these instances were after the accident. The daughter had not been born yet. She was born after the accident. The mom had just been hoping, really hoping, that he would get better and be the person he was prior.
What year was that?
Probably 2015.
Okay. And were the police involved?
No, I just called my mom.
Did you receive medical attention?
They weren't real deep. They go from like my shoulder blade kind of on the side of my upper arm.
Deep enough to scar, both physically and emotionally.
And like I said, back then this is somebody that I knew ever since I moved to this small town when I was 11, and it wasn't the same person. So I truly blamed this woman for changing the person that I fell for changing my best friend so I didn't see those things back then. It wasn't until I had my daughter that it really opened my eyes to think, I'm my mom's kid. Like, I should have valued my life more. I should have just listened to my mother, but this is my kid. I have to protect her life. I have to make sure that nothing ever accidentally happens to her like this. And the one time he showed any sign of ever doing anything that could hurt her or put her in danger, immediately he was removed from our lives.
Let me ask real quick, all these things happened subsequent to the accident? He wasn't physical at all?
Yeah, they all happened after the accident. He was never a physical person. He was always a very considerate, sweet, putting everybody first. If we were driving in Austin and he saw a homeless person, he was going to take him to eat, and not just bring him food, but take him and show him and treat him like a person. Like he was a good person. He wasn't a violent person. He didn't have that in him. And ever since all of that happened, things trigger him differently. You never know what could trigger him.
Has anything happened in the last few years, ma'am, or you've just not allowed it because you haven't had him around the child?
He hasn't really been in her life due to multiple incarcerations, and then just because when he gets out, he does his own thing. He wants to, be his own person and do what he wants. So it wasn't until his mom really started to push him and tell him, hey, you're missing out on a very smart, beautiful young girl that looks just like you should try more. And so she reached out and said, hey, Amber, I think I've gotten him to the point where he wants to try. And I said, okay, well, just let me know whenever y'all want to come. We started off where he would meet us at church, to the church we'd go to. He'd meet us there. And then afterwards we'd go eat. You know, his mom would be there. We would be there. It was introducing Emma to him because she didn't really know who he was. She'd seen pictures of him holding her as a baby, and she just knew that that was what her dad looked like and that he's always been far away, because I'm
So
not going to.
when did it start? The part you just talked about, getting together at church and those things?
In February of last year, of 2023. And he was consistent February, March, but then April, May came around and it was just like we didn't hear from him. He was busy. His mom said that he didn't have time, but his mom stayed consistent. Like I said, she was always a part of Emma's life.
Has he been either abusive or threatening or harassing since you let him back in?
No, he's
No.
been pretty calm.
But, well, tell me if any of the reasons he's ever been in jail for have anything to do with family violence or assaults or anything.
They
that
have,
nature?
but they haven't been from me. He's had other females that he's either pushed out of a moving car or done something horrific to, that they've pressed charges and they've put him in jail.
Has those things happened in the last couple of years or so?
I want to say, I couldn't tell you if it was the last couple of years or 3 or 4, because I don't really know what his time frame of being in and out of jail was.
Do you know what he's currently in jail for now?
From my understanding, he had 3 DWIs that he was on bond for, and he was going to have to go in and do some time on that.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Irvin?
Yes, Your Honor.
What rights do you want the court to grant to Mr. Thacker in terms of making decisions for the child?
I don't want him to have any.
Is there any other information about Mr. Thacker that you want the court to be made aware of in terms of your request for no conservatorship rights? Or have we just pretty much everything?
Yeah, I think that for someone who doesn't show a good job at making his own decisions in life, I don't want someone to have an input on my child's life.
I don't think that unless they're revoking parental rights entirely, I don't think that they have an ability to make it so that he has 0 rights. He has to have some rights. And they can put limitations on him, but I don't think they can make it so he has 0 parental rights. For one, I don't think under any situation, with the exception of situations that they have every right to revoke parental rights. I don't think that it's a good idea to completely take all rights away. If he's going to have her in his custody at any point, what if she falls and breaks her leg and he's got to call 911? Well, suddenly he has no rights to make decisions in that circumstance. That's not a good idea. If he's going to have visitation with her of any sort, he needs those rights.
And what kind of visitation are you requesting that the court order?
If he does want to try, then definitely supervised.
Okay. And who would supervise it?
It would be me and probably another family member on his side that we're comfortable with, just because my daughter isn't comfortable with him in general, so she wouldn't want me to not be there.
Have there been some visits where you were present?
Yes.
in the not too distant past?
Last year, when he visited with his mother in February and March, I was there the whole time during the visitation. You know, we'd eat. Sometimes we'd go to the park afterwards and try to let her get acquainted with him, try to figure out who he is and figure out where she is in her life and how she feels about him coming in.
The one thing is the girl's a little bit older now, a little bit, so she can understand certain things. I don't agree that she doesn't need him in her life. Every child needs to know their father or their mother, whichever parent has issues. I don't care how bad those issues are. The child needs to know that parent. And think of the benefit that could be. There's a chance, and granted, yes, it's going to suck for this poor little girl, and my heart breaks for her already. But there's a chance that this situation could have a positive impact on that child. She's going to be more compassionate to people with traumatic brain injury situations. You know, it's no different than when someone, you know, when you have a brother that has Down syndrome or something like that, you are just automatically more compassionate to people who have learning disabilities and situations that they're born with, where people who are privileged enough not to ever have to go through something like that don't always have that compassion because they don't understand it. This child could see what has happened to her father, and her mother sounds like the kind of mom that is going to tell the child all the positive stories of what her father was like before the accident. And who knows, maybe when this kid grows up, maybe she's going to go into the medical field and find I don't want to say a cure, but maybe she'll find something that fixes some element of it. You know, I have hope for her future. I have a lot of hope for her future because of her mother.
Were there other family members there?
Yes, his mother and his sister.
His sister? Was there any other
yes,
family?
He's got an 18-year-old sister. He's also got a brother and a sister-in-law that my daughter and I are comfortable with.
Okay. Are you okay with the geographic restriction to Caldwell and surrounding counties?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you currently have health insurance available for the child, Emma?
I do, yes, sir.
Is that through your employer or is it through some other source?
It's private insurance.
And what is the cost just for Emma that we discussed?
It's about $86 a month for her.
Do you currently have dental insurance in place for Emma?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Do you believe that Mr. Thacker has income even though he's currently incarcerated?
I do.
And what is the source of this income?
After the accident, he got a really good lawyer from Austin, an insurance lawyer, and he went after the lady that ran over him. It was an $11 million settlement that they won, and they just won it, I want to say, in 2022. Casey gave me a postcard from Franklin Investments or something like that had his name, was addressed to him, but it also had my daughter's name on it. And when I questioned why he had mail going to his house with her information, he just said that was from the lawsuit and there was money he put aside, but she couldn't touch it. And that if I wanted to get information, I could scan the QR code. But when I did, it didn't give me access. It said I had to have login information that he didn't provide. But I do know that that settlement did clear, and so he should have funds somewhere.
All right, are you requesting more time to find out more information about that settlement?
Yes, sir.
Do you join the state in requesting that the court reserve the issues of retroactive child support and medical support and dental support and court costs?
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you agree to a June 6th at 8:30 in the morning return date?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything about these issues that I've not asked you about that you want the court to be made aware of?
No, sir.
All right. Your Honor, at this time, I have no further questions.
Do you have any further evidence or testimony?
I have no further evidence or testimony to offer, Your Honor.
Then you want to make your closing, Mr. Irvin?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state of Texas would request that the court do a temporary order today with a return date of June 6th at 8:30 in the morning via Zoom, that the court find and adjudicate that Mr. Thacker is the father of the child here, that the court order the surname as deemed appropriate by the court. I know Ms. Ritchie is requesting that the surname remain as Ritchie, that the court order conservatorship and visitation as appropriate, that the court order Ms. Ritchie to continue carrying the health insurance through another source at a cost to herself of $86, that the court order government medical perhaps for the dental insurance since there's none in place at this time. However, the court sets child support and medical support at $0 because Mr. Ritchie is incarcerated, and that the court reserve.
You not want to reserve that since you're not sure if he's getting income or has access to income during these months during incarceration?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Let's reserve current support as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
And that the court reserve retroactive support and current support and court costs. Thank you.
Okay, I don't have a problem with most of it. It's just that not naming a possessory conservatorship at least. However, we can limit the rights and duties. That first laundry list, that's the really long one that gives them a bunch of access to school lunches and activities, school activities, that one I wouldn't want to use, but that second shorter list about maybe emergency situations or just the duty to provide for the child's it's like 3 or 4 rights or several, a lot less. I can't recall them or can't list them verbatim, Mr. Urban, but you know what I'm talking about? Some very generic ones.
I think I've seen those. Yeah, basically like information gathering rights.
Correct. Yeah, because this is not a termination case. That's the reason I'm thinking about that, Ms. Ritchie. If you want to terminate his rights where he has zero rights, you got to do a different kind of pleading. The state doesn't do those kind of cases. I don't hear those kind of cases. Is a termination of parental rights. If you really want to go that far or that length, that's up to you. And that'd be for another day, another lawyer, another court. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
But while he's here and we're establishing rights and I'm giving him even rights to visit, even if it's limited or restricted, it occurs to me, maybe I should name him a possessory conservator, but just not give him all the normal rights that most people who don't have these issues get as a matter of right. I can rebut that presumption and just give him more limited rights based on the facts of your case. So I'm asking Mr. Irvin to do a more limited set of rights that doesn't let him go to the school and have lunch with her and attend school activities and those kinds of things. Make decisions about medical care, education, not right now, at least not until the merits or I hear more or see if he's out and shows up and hear what he says. This isn't a final order. So
you are correct. You are absolutely correct. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way that without lifelong incarceration and everyone just shunning him, there's not a way to keep everyone out of his life. And is that fair to do so? Maybe through medical treatment if he accepts medical treatment, maybe he can get some improvements. It's a really difficult situation, but these people have loved him all of his life and been involved in his life forever. They remember that person. Yeah, the new person is scary, but I think they're going to fight to get the medical necessities to try to get him back. It is a very, very difficult situation, but you're 100% right. He's a danger. He's a danger to society. But without just permanently incarcerating him or institutionalizing him in some fashion, how do you do that?
While I was talking, Mr. Irvin, did you find it, or do you know? You know what I'm talking about? No.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. I have not found it.
I'm pretty sure you do. I just want to give him some generic rights without those specific first list of lengthy things that most people get with a joint managing conservatorship label. So I will grant the request made on the issues that are still, well, the state doesn't take a position on custody and visitation. So I'm going to find that I will rebut the presumption of joint managing conservatorship and appoint him the possessory conservator with limited rights, and Mother the managing conservator with the primary right of residence and with the geographic restriction. Although you're not thinking of moving anytime later before the child turns 18, is this your stick to?
We own our property.
Okay.
It was my grandmother's that she left us.
Okay, so there's little chance you're going to move then.
Yeah,
Does that mean he knows is it your address then?
he does, Your Honor, but I have security cameras, an alarm system, big crazy lights.
Okay, well, I can't protect you from something he already has knowledge of, but this would only
Correct.
protect you if you move. It's giving you a non-disclosure. You don't have to list your address or employment. But since he has rights of visits, yeah, the way to communicate is either through an app or through the way you suggested, your email address and a cell number. Would you prefer to do that instead of some more an app where y'all can communicate and share documents, and it's a little more formal, and you can't delete things, so he says anything, you'd have him there, and could probably purchase a report to bring him to court if he said anything that you need to try to prove it's threatening.
Yeah,
or
that an app would work.
okay, instead of trying to do screenshots and keep stuff from your phone all along.
Yeah.
Okay, let's add the app close communication.
He purchased the moped, and on his way home, he was in a turning lane, and a woman on her cell phone in a Hummer collided with him.
So that also tells me that if he's gonna visit, you're gonna have to know he's out, you're gonna have to know he wants to visit, and I usually give you some kind of advance notice that we can put in the order, so it's not a surprise from one day to the next where you already have things planned. So if we do that, how much advance notice do you think you need before you could be prepared to supervise and or attend these supervised visits? Like a 7 days or less or more?
If they're scheduled, then we shouldn't. I guess I'm not understanding.
Well, okay.
So like if you wanted to do like a surprise visit other than what is scheduled?
Well, they're scheduled. However, if you don't hear from him, you're not required to show up or prepare for it and get the supervisor yourself and somebody else lined up.
Oh, I gotcha.
And
I
then,
gotcha. Okay.
disappoint the child when he doesn't show up. And right now,
Yeah,
you
of
can't.
course.
You're not, I mean, whether you take the child to visit him at jail I'm not putting anything in the order with respect to that. That would be on you if you think that's necessary or
No,
whatever.
no.
But this order wouldn't start probably till he gets out. So I'd like
Of
people
course.
not to be surprised and not to have to be burdened by something
Yes,
you're not gonna
so
do it.
at least a week's notice
Okay.
would be good.
So 7 days advance notice, and you want them to give you the notice through the app close or through your
Through
text?
the app, yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Advance notice through the app close. Okay, and then failure to give you notice means that the visit is forfeited. So you don't have to show
Yes,
up. But the
Your Honor.
other part is when we set up visits, we have to be real specific about where is he gonna show up. We have the specifics on the dates and times, but we don't have, or if I missed it, where would you want him to show up or for you to show up at his mother's house or somewhere else? Public.
It would have to be at his brother's. His mother isn't with us anymore, so it would
Oh,
have
I'm
to be at
sorry.
his brother's.
I'm sorry. I forgot that part. Exchanges, don't give me an address, but when we go off record, you can tell the AG his brother's name and address so they could put it in the order. If that's, and I assume, I don't know if you've cleared it with him, but he wouldn't be opposed to it, the brother, to show up.
No, I haven't cleared it, but I don't think they would be opposed to it.
Okay.
So,
Well, this
'cause
is a
like I
temporary
said,
order. We could always change it, but it has to be specific. And if he's actually out of jail and gonna visit during the temporary order and his brother's opposed, y'all can agree to something else. That's always allowed on visitation. We all agree to something
okay.
and see how it works and check with his brother, because if you want it permanently, you should check with him to make sure
Of course, yes, Your Honor.
or that it's not a McDonald's somewhere, that you start off with a public place somewhere. You can do that
Yes,
too.
okay.
Okay, does he drink or do drugs or alcohol? Anything that he would use or
Yes.
abuse that we need to restrict, Miss
Yes,
Ritchie? Yes,
yes, Your Honor.
both?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you'll put that restriction in there, no drugs or illegal substances at least 24 hours prior and or during the visits.
That includes alcohol, Your Honor?
Yeah, I don't want anybody showing up drunk anyways. That's not good for the kid.
Yeah,
24
he did
hours.
that the first visit.
Yeah, exactly. So there'll be a restriction on that. Now, I tell people, yeah, I can put everything in writing, but I can't think of every possible scenario. And
Of
with
course, yes, Your Honor.
visitation, that starts with if you all reach any kind of mutual agreement, you can do something different from what the order says if you all both agree. But failing a mutual agreement, then this is what's set in stone, and you can live by it or you can tweak it, but it's up to you within your judgment. And that includes protecting your child. So if he shows up totally drugged or drunk or something, you shouldn't be handing a child over, let him drive off. Because you could be in trouble if you knowingly allow your child to go with somebody who's in an altered state, and then something bad happens, you may be charged.
Mhm.
There's laws out there, there's common sense out there. So, and these are supervised visits anyway. So unless the child's 17 and things have changed drastically and, you all agree to something different, this could, be supervised till she's 18 and finishes high school. But you'll have another chance to tell me if you think it should be tweaked or not, or just keep that permanently. And or if, so, just as, it's a temporary order, and at the final, this is going to apply at the final, that if he needs to modify or change the visits, that's not something the AG does for free, but providing services for visitation modification. And that's not a service that I or an issue that I can hear. I can set visits originally in this first order, but after that, if he wants to tweak it, he'd have to hire the lawyer and drag you into court and or reach some kind of agreement with you if he wants something different from what we put in any order, not just the temporary, but the final as well. Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kind of understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. So possessory conservatorship with limited rights with the visitation, the stair step, the 2 steps that the state has already told me twice, and I won't repeat it. And what else? Reserve all the financial issues and court cost and reset it to June 6th at 8:30 by Zoom under the same Zoom ID. Now with the non-disclosure finding and the app close communication. I will grant all those. Is there anything I left out, Mr. Irvin, that you're?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, but may I run through the rights just to make sure I
Sure.
do appropriate ones? And you,
It sounds like they do have a good relationship with his family. Unfortunately, his mother has passed, but the brother is still a part of the girl's life, and that's where the exchanges, if they happen, will be. But like the mother said, the last time that they had supervised visitation, he was on board with it only because of his mother pushing him to be, and he was consistent for 2 months and then he gave up. So there's a chance that he might not even want to participate, but I do hope the dad side of the family stays consistent in bringing up this sweet little girl.
so I'm just going to read them off, and you tell me if it's appropriate to include or not.
Okay.
To receive information from the other conservator concerning health, education, welfare.
Yes, that would be fine.
Then access to medical, dental, psychological, educational records.
Not now.
Consult with physician, dentist, or psychologist.
No, not now. Not this temporary.
Consult with school officials.
Nope.
Attend school activities.
No, that's the one I was thinking was the long laundry list. No, that's the first.
It is. I have not found the short list, Your Honor. So
No, when they have joint rights on the second page of that conservatorship where it says they both have the right to provide for the child, blah, blah, blah. Is that one?
yeah, that's the one I'm reading through.
Oh, I thought that was the longer one.
The rights and duties, the duty of care, control, protection.
Yes, that one, the generic ones that is specific to go to school and get records and what have you.
Okay, the duty to support and the right to
Yes.
medical and dental care not involving invasive
Yes,
procedure.
because
The
if
right-
something ever happens and she agrees that the child go with him, or something happens and he's alone with the child, he's got to have some rights to take care of the child. Although
Okay.
chances are,
So rights and duties during period of possession, 153.074, duty of care and control, duty to support, right to
yes,
consent, and right to direct moral and religious training.
yes, that's the one I was thinking.
Okay, that's what I'll use then.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we got it. Do you have any questions or concerns that you haven't, or that have been raised by what we're talking about, what we're putting in the order, Ms. Ritchie?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, it is a temporary order. You'll have a chance to review it. The state's going to put it in writing, send it to you by email, so consider it priority homework. We have a light docket today. Maybe it'll come out this afternoon, or unless Mr. Irvin, you taking the day off, the afternoon off?
I will draft this order before lunchtime.
Before you- Okay, so check today, probably no later than 5 p.m. The order might be in your email, and if it is, please review it. If you don't see any problems or errors, sign it electronically, send it back. I get it quicker that way, but don't feel so rushed that you don't have a chance to read it. You can read it, and then maybe by Monday you can turn it in. The point is if you don't act quickly, I give them a week to turn it in, and it'll be with or without your signature. So if you turn it in quick, I get it quicker. If you turn it in a week from today, great, but that's the longest you have. After that, I'll be signing it without you. And
Okay.
since it's my order today, I'm rendering it. It's my order, whether you review it and sign it or not. But I do ask people to check for, even as piddly as the names and it's spelled right and the birth dates are right and those kind of things. And especially you name your his brother and his address, make sure all that's right. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you know what you should also do in this temporary order, Mr. Irwin, we didn't discuss it, but given that she thinks he has access to income that we should base child support on, can you put some generic discovery request in there about any assets or what's the word, settlements, information, or even for the lawyer, so you can maybe get something formal in the order for discovery.
I will, Your Honor.
Okay. So, but it's still incumbent on you if he doesn't show up and it's by default, or if he shows up and he doesn't bring anything, if you have anything, it would help, ma'am. So don't just
Yes,
rely on
ma'am.
him to
Yes,
bring.
Your Honor.
Okay. And I assume with an accident like that, that one of the things they sued for was, support for dependents or something. I don't know. I have no idea how those, I don't do PI, I never did PI. So I hope there's something in there that, because he's not able to provide, and he did have no, he didn't have a child at the time that happened, right?
No, Your Honor.
That's right. Well, if he says he put something away, it's worth finding out, and maybe they will talk to you, maybe they won't, the lawyers. I have no idea, Miss Ritchie, but do make the attempt.
I
Okay.
will, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Irvin?
No, I would just like to speak with Miss Ritchie about that address and
Okay.
the name we discussed.
That would be fine. Then, having heard the evidence, I will default Mr. James Casey Thacker and enter a temporary order with a reset to June 6th at 8:30. Ma'am, if you don't show back up, it could be in a default against you, and I don't want to default you. We need you here to fill in the parts we didn't finish today and to be present, because it does affect your child. It's very important to come back to court. It's a civil matter, but if you don't come back, I can't arrest you. But we need you here for the information purposes, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll be here.
Then I'm gonna let you go I'm gonna stop the hearing, but don't go. You can stay in the main courtroom, Mr. Irvin, to talk to her. I'm still here. I'll still be able to hear it, but that's not a problem. I just want to be off of the record. So at this time, that concludes this hearing, and I'll stop my recordings, and don't hang up, Ms. Ritchie.
Yes, Your
Yeah, that one, that's such a heartstring puller. And no one is wrong for their opinion. No one. I personally think dad should be involved, but I think it should always be supervised. And luckily the girl's a little older. If she was a toddler still, I don't know. Golly, that one's a hard one. I want to share with you guys. I was telling you yesterday or the other day or whatever about how my comments get censored. This might do the meta thing where it, picture in picture in picture in picture. But I want to show you guys what I just went through when trying to talk to you guys in the chat. Okay, let's see if I go up here. I can't make it any bigger, so I really hope you're able to see. All right. Yeah. So I was trying to reply, because I had said BRB, I've got to go potty. I'm going to go to the bathroom, but I didn't think I was going to have enough time. So I put, shoot, I don't think I have enough time to BRB. I'll wait until I start the next case. My comment was rejected. Okay, try changing it a little bit. Okay, fine. I'll wait until I start the next case. That comment was rejected. Try changing it a little bit, or because they think it might be spam. Okay. Gave it a second. Typed it again. I'll wait until I get the next case going. I don't know what word they're finding offensive in that. But that's why when I complain about not being able to say certain things, that's what I'm talking about. The first one, I get it. I said shoot. Should have used darn or drats. Dag nabbit. But it's Google, so, censorship thing, YouTube. Ugh. I love you guys. Oh my stars. Yep. Rats. Darn it. Yeah. Golly. Golly gee whiz. All right. I'm going to get the next case going so that I can quick run potty. Let's see here. It is on this one. This is the thumbnail clip. And I've got commentary.
All right,
so
we
I'll be
are
back.
on the record in state of Kansas on behalf of the Secretary for the Department for Children and Families versus Joseph Warden and Brianna Toll. The case number is Butler County 18 DM 398. The DCF appears by and through Ms. Soretti. Mr. Warden appears in person and pro se. Ms. Toll also appears in person and pro se. We're here on a DCF motion seeking modification. It is my understanding that the child support worksheet in the case has not yet been circulated to the parties. Mr. Warden, what we're intending to do in order to make sure that you have a chance to review important documents in the case and be prepared to speak towards those documents in any way that you see fit. We want to make sure that you have that in hand before we undertake the hearing proper. And with that in mind, I'm considering just continuing this to make sure that you have that paperwork in hand. Is there anything that you'd like to say with respect to that proposed way forward?
Currently that would help. I'm trying to remind the courts that I am in KDOC custody right now. I'm in Ellsworth, Kansas prison.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
this is a modification due to Mr. Warden's incarceration, and so the modification would be to a $0 order.
Okay.
He did seek out DCF's help in the modification process so that we were aware that he was incarcerated. So I don't know if that changes your opinion in this matter. We did
Well-
file the child support worksheet, and I do understand that perhaps the parties need to review that, but
Okay. Well, and I'll inquire, does any proposed order in the case speak to the methodology as to what should happen once Mr. Warden is released from custody?
when an individual is released from custody, we rely on the information within our system or one of the parties calling and letting us know so that we can seek modification again at that time.
Okay. Miss, oh, go ahead, Mr. Warden.
Currently, as it sits, I have roughly 18 years if I get on my good time in prison. I do not want to modify it completely to zero. I am working. I'm currently a cart pusher, which I'm making roughly about $20 a month. So I'm willing to give at least half of that because I do want to still support my kid. I also would like to know if there's some way that we can get it approved so I can get pictures and call him and video visits and stuff maybe too. I still want to be there for him. I'm still his father, so I'm trying to support him where I can. I made a mistake. I come to prison. I'm serving my time, but I still want to be there for my son.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying about the support piece. This court doesn't have any jurisdiction concerning the video visitation or anything of that nature. So we're limited just to speaking about the modification of the support order. Ms. Toll, do you have any position on either the DCF request to reduce the support amount to zero in light of Mr. Warden's incarceration or his request that the court set that support amount at something between $0 and $10 based upon the fact that he is able to work whilst serving his debt to society?
Whatever is working works, I mean, I haven't really received any child support from the beginning, so it doesn't make any difference for me, honestly.
Okay.
Your Honor, when I checked Mr. Warden's history, I think he had just recently been moved, and that's why he wasn't working at the time that I filed the motion for modification and why the order went to 0, because he had been working before, making a small amount of money. So I wasn't aware that you were working once again. So I could redo the modification based on his income, unless you would like to just order as some specific, given the information he's provided here in court.
What was the order previously, Mr. Reddy? Do you have that handily in front of you?
Yes, the current child support order is $356 a month, but that was based on his employment at the time.
Right. Well, if both of the parties are of the opinions, Mr. Warden being that he would like to contribute something, and I think there's nobility in that, and Ms. Toll's sense that it doesn't make a lot of difference to her one way or the other. I think what I would like to do is ask you, please, Ms. Soretti, just to prepare a new child support worksheet with this new wage information included, and just prepare an order. I mean, I don't think that the amount is going to be more than a few dollars, but if everyone is in agreement that that makes sense, we might be able to get through to a decision a little bit faster. I don't want to put anybody in a bad position, or if I'm misstating any of the positions that you, Mr. Warden, or you, Ms. Toll, have taken, please let me know. But I think we're talking about a relatively small, perhaps single-digit number of dollars, and I would be comfortable just having Ms. Soretti make that computation and sending a order with that child support worksheet. Is that an acceptable way forward for you, Mr. Warden?
Yes, I also know that I tried to file for my taxes, and they took the stimulus checks and they took $1,400 and they put it to child support. I don't know where that money went. I know I haven't received it. I know that they took the whole $1,400, and I have paperwork saying that they did put it in for child support, that DCF or something took it. And I'm like, okay, I mean, at least he's getting something.
So this man is facing 18 years prison time after his good time. So he will not have the opportunity to be a part of this child's life outside of what the mother allows for prison visitation. I don't know what he's convicted on. I want to know. I'm curious, but I don't know. But here's the thing. When you look at it as he's only paying $10 a month child support, or less, because it doesn't sound like they're even going to order the full $10. That is half of this man's income. There are men that make substantially more than that, and they're not even willing to give 10%, 5%, because it would inconvenience their style of life. And here's this man saying, this is all I have. I only have $20, but I want to give 50% of my income to my son. I think that's very honorable. I'm sad that this child isn't going to get to know his dad. I don't know what his dad did. I'm sure if he's there, that he deserves to be right there. And maybe it's for the benefit that the child isn't going to, be around him all the time. We don't know what his charges are. But I do want to give props where props are due. 50% of his income is a lot in prison. A lot of those men are hustling just to get ramen or deodorant or soap. That's big money there. So for him to be willing to give that much up. I know in our lives, that's not much. But in his situation, that's a lot.
So there should be that somewhere. I don't know exactly where. It was supposed to be the stimulus checks. I don't have that paperwork on me currently. I have to go through all my paperwork to find it, but I know that they did take that. So, and I'm trying to do something at least.
Well, at the end of the day, that's kind of the place all of us find ourselves. There's ebbs and flows in life, and you have a great day and a more challenging one, and all any of us can do is just to do the best we can in the circumstances. And I appreciate your trying to do that here.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Toll, does the methodology I'd set out work for you as well, ma'am?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, if you, Ms. Reddy, would please just run the worksheet and submit an order with that number included, I would be in your debt, and you all should be receiving copies of that paperwork shortly as it's circulated and filed with the court.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warden. Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Warden, I do see that a payment was made on 6/15 of 2023 in the amount of $1,437. So that was applied to your child support obligation.
Okay.
How would
Like
I
said,
have received that?
You
So-
can get on the Kansas Payment Center website and you need to go to the part of the Kansas Payment Center website that says if you receive support, and you need to make sure that you get a card or hook your bank account up to
Well, I
that.
had one like years ago, but then
Redo it.
I wasn't getting anything, so I just ended up losing the card.
Yep. So go back on
Yep.
there and make sure you get that set up again.
You said it was what? That I go on to what?
Kansas Payment Center website.
Okay.
And then there's a little button that says if you receive support, and click that, and that should give you all of the guidelines to get
Okay.
yourself set up.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Toll. Thank you, Mr. Warden. And
Thank
thank you to whomever is assisting, Mr. Warden. I really appreciate it.
No problem. It's Unity Merit. Do you know what courts I have to go through to try to get it approved for pictures and video visits? Since I am incarcerated, I have to get everything approved.
I suspect it would be the presiding judge on any original Butler County District Court case, or perhaps it could be filed through this case, but it would be for a judge other than myself.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize if I cut you off. I was feverishly typing to try and find out where that money went. So
Well, I appreciate very much that you did, and I think that that really moved the chains in terms of making sure that as much as is possible, at least Ms. Toll's getting some support. So thank you
Yes.
for doing that.
Wow. Well, Lucy cracked the case on that. Oh man, wow. That's terrible that he did that. Absolutely terrible. Oh, that's gross. I'm glad you're familiar with the case and that you were able to update us on that. That's just gross though. Like I said, when I didn't know what the charges were, I said, maybe it's a good thing that he's not going to be an influence in his kid's life. Oof. Sometimes I really dislike cases because they leave me conflicted. Like, I want to like what he's trying to do for his kid based on the merits. But dang, if that's what he was convicted of, I don't want to like him for any reason. And Beachman, I don't know if she was referring to before the incarceration or after. I don't know. I remember her saying something about I never got anything on the card, so I threw it out. But we don't know from what time frame she's speaking. So, but Hi. Welcome. I have arraignments, I think they were. I don't remember. When I put it together, I edited it. I did. I think they're arraignments from my exclusive docket.
Vehicle theft. He has 9 prior misdemeanors, 9 prior felony convictions, 10 failures to appear, and 9 failures to comply. People are requesting a high cash bond only in this case.
Please define what the people are requesting in terms of the word high.
$200 cash, please.
And Attorney Barton.
Your Honor, we're asking for a PR or a co-signed PR bond. It does not sound like my client has any money to post a financial bond. I'll point out, as far as the failures to appear, it looks like the vast majority of those are more than 10 years old. My client was born and raised in the state. He's got, oh, sorry, I got to sneeze. It is not wanting to
sneeze.
He's got his dad in the area, his grandmother, his whole extended family nearby. He has 5 children of his own and 6 grandchildren, so he has quite a lot of support here in the area. He is currently looking for work. He does find side jobs when he can. He has stable housing with his sister. I believe that a PR or a co-signed PR bond with substance abuse monitoring would be enough to ensure compliance.
I am going to go with a $200 cash bond with standard supervision. Let me go down and take a look at anything else. Ms. Bear, are there any allegations that there are drugs or alcohol in any way involved in this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? $200 is considered a high cash bond in Colorado. Because if they're not, sometimes they'll add on or $2,000 surety. But if they're asking for just straight cash, then they're basing it on what the person can afford. And so if it's a homeless person, $200 is nearly impossible to raise. That's what they look at there. So the definition of high does change from case to case. But I find that absolutely mind-boggling that $200 is considered a high cash bond.
Right. So must remain law-abiding at all times, no driving without a valid driver's license and valid insurance. Because you're alleged to have violated a Title 18 charge, you are subject to a mandatory protection order pursuant to CRS 18-1001, which will remain in place until final disposition of your case. Pursuant to this protection order, you may not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, tamper with any witness to or victim of the acts charged. Violation of the protection order may result in you being held in contempt and or the filing of new charges against you for violation of a protection order. Your next hearing date is March 12 of 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 4B. Is there anything further, Ms. Bear?
Not from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Attorney Barton.
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Mercado, I wish you the best of luck. Have a good day.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez, Your Honor.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Patrick Ramirez.
Good morning, Mr. Ramirez. I'm Magistrate McDonald. This is case number 24 CR 5068. And while you were waiting, do you have an opportunity to review the advisement information that was provided to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions as she writes at this time?
No.
Okay. And Ms. Bear, the people's position with regards to bond. But before
Yeah,
I ask you for that, I'm going to interrupt. I apologize for that.
No worries.
I noticed that we have Sherry Ramirez, who appears to have a very similar last name. Ms. Ramirez, are you an interested party in this case, and do you wish to communicate with the court in the context of bond for the defendant, Patrick Ramirez?
Yes, please. He's actually been at his job for 30 years. I would like to see him get out on a PR bond.
Right. Is there anything else I should be aware of?
No, he doesn't have no other crimes that I'm aware of, so.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
I apologize, Ms. Bear. You may proceed.
No worries, Your Honor. I believe the people believe that the pretrial services recommendation for bond is appropriate in this case. The charges are extremely aggravated. It's incest, a class 4 felony. The defendant has 6 misdemeanor convictions, 1 felony convictions, 2 failures to appear, and 2 failures to comply. Based on his criminal history and the aggravated facts and charges, people would ask the court to impose the $12,500 cash surety bond.
And Attorney Barton.
Your Honor, I'm asking for a cash bond in the amount of $1,000. I'll note as far as failures to appear and failures to comply go, all of those looks like to be older than 10 years. And frankly, 2 failures to appear and 2 failures to comply really is not that many anyway. Mr. Ramirez already mentioned Mr. Ramirez's job. He did explain to me that he works for Republic Services as a diesel mechanic and fabricator. He has been there for decades and very much needs to be able to keep that job to continue supporting himself. He does have a place that he is renting in LaPorte that is away from the named victim here, so he already has that set up. He has been in Colorado most of his life. He has family over in Greeley, so he does have support. He has stability. I believe that a reasonable cash bond around $1,000 would be enough to ensure compliance along with other requirements that the court imposes for his bond.
The court will order a $1,250 cash only bond. And Ms. Bear, am I correct? The people were asking for $12,500 cash surety?
That's correct.
And is there any objection, Ms. Bear, to a $12,500 or a $1,250 cash only?
No objection, Your Honor.
Right. So the court will order enhanced supervision. He must remain law-abiding at all times. The court will order a no contact order with the alleged victim, Desiree Morrison, with a 100-yard distance restriction. Ms. Morrison's date of birth is 8/16. Because you're alleged to have violated a Title 18 charge, you are subject to a mandatory protection order pursuant to CRS 18-1-1001, which will remain in place until final disposition of your case. Pursuant to this protection order, you may not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, tamper with any victims, witness to, or victims of the acts charged. Violation of the protection order may result in you being held in contempt or otherwise in the filing of new charges against you for violation of a protection order. Your return hearing date is March 12 of 2024 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 4B. Is there anything further, Ms. Bear?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Is there
Your Honor.
anything further, Attorney Barton?
Nothing for me.
Somebody chime in there?
Yes, Your Honor. May I speak, please?
You can. I'm guessing.
I just need to speak with my wife. I have no phone here. I have no credit cards. I just want my wife to know that I have money on the credit card and so she could use.
Right.
So
Thank you.
is it in your toolbox or in your car?
It's in my toolbox, but you can use the card that you have. It will, with the bail's bond person,
All right.
it'll go through.
All righty.
So
Okay, if you
I
have
need to get
anything
bailed
further
out.
that you need to talk to your attorney about, you should do that. But ultimately, I'm issuing a cash only so that there will not be a bonds person. Is there any further record, Attorney Barton?
No, Judge.
All right. And I know I'm double asking. I just wanted to give you the chance after that communication.
3730 combo. Okay.
Good luck, Mr. Ramirez. Have a good day. And I apologize.
Your Honor, we have Mr. McEwen on the mobile unit, if we could jump ahead one.
That would be fine. Give me a moment, please. And please state your name for the record.
Dylan McEwen.
All right, Mr. McEwen, I'm Magistrate McDonald. And this is case number 24 CR 5076. Pardon me. While you were waiting, did you have an opportunity to review the advisement information that was provided to you?
What do I say? Yes. Yep.
Do you have any questions as to your rights at this time?
No.
All right. And Ms. Bear, the people's position with regards to bond?
Yeah, this is an introduction of contraband in the second degree. The defendant has 10 misdemeanors, 12 felonies, 10 failures to appear, and 18 failures to comply. He's in custody right now and he has 4 pending cases and he is on parole. So I believe that a pretrial's recommendation of cash only of $575 or cash surety of $5,750 is appropriate.
All right. And Attorney Barton.
Your Honor, we're just asking for a low cash bond with a parole hold here. The bond is a bit academic, but I would ask for a $200 cash bond.
Very good. I will go with the pretrial services recommendation of a $575 cash only or $5,750 cash surety bond. I will order enhanced supervision. You must remain law abiding at all times. Because you're alleged to have violated a Title 18 charge, you are subject to a mandatory protection order pursuant to CRS 18-1-1001, which will remain in place until final disposition of your case. Pursuant to the protection order, you may not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, tamper with any witness to or victims of the acts charged. Violation of the protection order may result in you being held in contempt or otherwise in the filing of new charges against you for violation of a protection order. Your next hearing date is March 15 of 2024 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 5A. Is there anything further, Ms. Bear?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And is there anything further, Attorney Barton? All right. Best of luck. Have a good day, Mr. McEwen.
Thank you.
Well, that was just a quick one. Let's see. I think I have something else. Yep, same thing. This is the last one that I have. It's only about 20 minutes. And it's kind of just the same thing, just some I watched Judge Gillis's docket and cut out all of the really boring stuff, and I left in the even mildly entertaining things.
Hello, Madam Clerk. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Attorney Gladden. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Now I can. Thank you. Thank you.
How can I help you, sir?
I'm on Willoughby. I had the probation violation. I called yesterday to ask if I could zoom in since I had nothing else in the building. And we're just tracking a new case, ma'am.
Yep. So, and I see Mr. Willoughby's in the waiting room. We have Agent Touche. So we're just waiting for Miss Brush. And once she's here, we'll contact the prosecutor. Emailed us and gave us her phone number and said just text her when we're ready. So, because she's running around from several courtrooms. So,
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Turner.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. How you doing today?
Doing well. And yourself, sir?
I'm doing good.
All right, good. Well, I think we're ready to call your case, sir. We have Ms. Casta and Mr. Ludra here. So go ahead and call these 3 matters.
Okay.
Calling case numbers 23-000-623-01FH, 23-001-434-01FH, and 23-003-872-01FH. All three matters, people of the state of Michigan versus Ahmad Turner. Parties, your appearances, please.
Morning, Judge Robert Lusherai for the people, P85243.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nancy Gasser from NDS, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ahmad Turner, number 80549.
And Mr. Turner, could you state your name for the record, sir?
Hey, Your Honor, my name is Ahmad Lamar Turner.
That first one was an attorney, which made it even more hilarious.
All right, thank you, everyone. So we are here today for pretrials in Mr. Turner's three matters. And I believe people were going to be looking into providing Mr. Turner with an offer the last time we spoke. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and you have an offer you look to place on the record?
Judge, I had an offer, and I don't think it saved electronically when my supervisor had submitted it, but I do recall being in my supervisor's office about a week and a half ago discussing this matter. Just to state it more concretely, I will actually go back to supervision, have them input it, because I just don't see it coming up on my computer, but I do know it did involve incarceration time of 2 years. So I just don't know what's going to be dismissed, what counts or what cases, but I just want to throw that number out so it's cast out and Mr. Turner are aware. But I'm going to write it in a plea form more sufficient to judge and send it over to Ms. Cast out before end of business today.
Okay, so it would be, but yeah, I guess the main factor is it would involve 2 years, Michigan Department of Corrections.
I know it's 2 years to the Michigan
Okay.
Department of Corrections, Judge.
All right, well, I'm sure defense needs a little bit of time to think about that offer and then also get the additional details so that they can make a educated and informed decision. So Ms. Cassaw, how much time do you think you and Mr. Turner need before you come back and let us know your position on the offer?
Your Honor, our scheduled trial date on this case is on August 5th. Is that correct?
That's what I have, yes.
Your Honor, I believe 2 weeks should be sufficient. We should come back in 2 weeks regarding a decision regarding the offer. Or I guess I can also further negotiate once that offer is made. Should we come back maybe 3 weeks?
No. And actually 3 weeks, that Friday is, or just that week in general is much better than probably 2 weeks. So, 22nd work, 21st. They do any week, or excuse me, any day of the week of the 18th. That works.
Your Honor, I'm okay with the March 22nd if that works for the court.
Yes, that works. Trial on March 22nd. That gives people a little bit of time to send the offer over. Time for defense to review it and then perhaps continue negotiations with the counteroffer or however defense wishes to proceed.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
right. Anything else for today's purposes?
Not for the people, Judge.
Nothing on behalf of us.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right, Mr. Turner, we'll see you back on March 22nd, sir.
March 22nd. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
My owner offer it.
I know.
We'll see where we go.
No, I know Ms. Cast.
Yeah.
We're very proud. Yeah, no problem.
Take care, Judge.
You too. Have a good weekend.
How did this?
Okay.
Normally I cut this space out. How did this get left in here? I must have fell asleep at the wheel. It happens. I'm sorry.
Yes. So we have our witnesses here?
I think so. I just need like a minute to organize myself a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. We'll call one case while we. Ready on Mr. Phelps matter?
While we're waiting for the case to begin, I'm going to post the Cheese Stealer saga.
Yeah, just so I have. Ready on Mr. Postman? Oh, I'm sorry. Are we going to play offer? I believe we are. Okay. You need a moment, that's fine. I didn't realize you're looking over documentation.
Dun dun dun.
Was open and he was standing there. I bet you that's it.
This, yeah. Attorney,
Yeah. Oops.
What on earth?
All right. Mr. Phelps, would you like to step up, please, sir?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the long pause, you guys. I'm horrified that I left that in there.
Oh, sir, tell you about this. Mr. Harris is here. If you scroll over today, the issue is actually, I understand. This just sentence separate matter before Judge Blount back in January 17th. So he's doing a 6-month sentence behind jail right now. Back for that case and it's an error. He's like, no, I was already sentenced. I realized he has a brand new 2004 case for home invasion. So Mr. Harris is going to go see him in jail this weekend, explain, clarify what's going on, and then he's going to come back. Oh, a little bit of an anomaly. Yeah, gotcha. I was just curious. That was like really stood out to me, you know. Okay. Only cases 22007 21601 FH and 22007 21501 FH. Both matters, people of the state of Michigan versus Carl Phelps III. Parties, your appearances.
Judge, good morning. Robert Luce, for the people, P85243.
And good morning, Brian Shannon, on behalf of Mr. Phelps, P68271.
Mr. Phelps, could you state your name first? All right, thank you, everyone. We're here today for a pretrial Mr. Phelps matters, and I do see the parties have reached a resolution. So I will ask people to please go over the terms.
Yes, Judge, this is an offer from the gun board, and in case ending in 7215, it's for the defendant to plead guilty to count 1, which is weapons, firearms, discharge in or at a building. It's PAC code 750.234B, has a statutory maximum penalty of 10 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. In exchange for the defendant pleading guilty to count 1, Judge, the people are going to dismiss count 2, 3, 4, and the entirety of the case ending in 7215 7216. We have a sentence agreement, Judge. The court ultimately accepts it, and it's 3 years probation with the first year in the Wayne County Jail. Again, people do agree to dismiss that case ending in 7216. We're asking for must complete mental health evaluation and treatment, Judge, if necessary, and any other terms and conditions set by you.
Thank you. Is that the defense's understanding of the agreement?
It is.
All right. Well, Mr. Phelps, could I please have you raise your right hand, sir? You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? All right, thank you, Mr. Phelps. Sir, I'm holding a document titled settlement offer, and would that be your signature at the bottom, sir? All right, did you have an opportunity to review this document with your attorney, Mr. Schaff? Do you have any questions about it this time?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do the time, sir. I've been very sick and I don't know what to say. I mean, I got medical issues, my quadruple bypass, my legs, arteries are plugged in my legs. I got many health issues. I was trying to get home arrest, but nobody wants to help me.
I don't think they really do home arrest, sir.
It is what it is, Judge Gillis.
So, I mean, of course, Wayne County Jail has medical staff that would tend to your ailments. What I would probably suggest is if you have any documentation that you feel that they need, any medical documentation that you feel comfortable sharing, of course, that would be within your right to withhold it if you wish. But if you have some documentation that you would want sent to the Wayne County Physician's Office by court staff at the time of sentencing, we could make sure that happens so that they're aware of different ailments and different conditions that you're dealing with, and perhaps what medications you're currently on. The other thing that I have seen happen, and I believe you're here, is that your significant other with you today?
That's my cousin.
Oh, your cousin, okay. Well, then your cousin could bring, or I mean, when you if you come together at the sentencing, you could give her your medication and a Ziploc bag, and then she can go over to the jail, and sometimes they'll accept the medication. I think they have to clear it with the physician's office to make sure that it's okay to give you that medicine, but I've seen that done on different occasions too, when individuals want to make sure that they get the medication that they're currently receiving and not maybe a substitute that the jail has available, if that makes sense. But as far as any questions about the terms, conditions of this settlement offer, do you have any questions about that at this time? Okay. All right. Well then, Mr. Phelps, for the terms of this agreement, you will plead guilty to count 1, weapons, firearms, discharge in or out of building, which carries a statutory maximum penalty of 10 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. In exchange, the people agree to dismiss counts 2, 3, and 4, and also the entirety of case number 22-007-216-01FH. There would be a sentence agreement for 3 years of probation, the first year in the Wayne County Jail. The people agree to dismiss case number 22-007-216-01FH. Must complete mental health treatment and all their terms and conditions as set by the court. Is that your understanding of the agreement, Mr. Phelps? Yes. All right, thank you, sir. And Mr. Phelps, if your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and so you give up the rights you would have at a trial, including the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have the witnesses against you appear at the trial, to question the witnesses against you, to have the court order any witnesses you have for the defense to appear at the trial, to remain silent during the trial, to not have that silence used against you, and to testify at the trial if you want to testify. You understand? All right. And Mr. Phelps, if your plea is accepted, you will be giving up any claim that the plea was the result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court at the plea proceeding, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand? And Mr. Phelps, if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at a trial, and any appeal from your conviction and sentence will be by application for leave to appeal And not by right. Do you understand? All right, thank you. And Mr. Phelps, are you a US citizen, sir? All right. And could people go over the factual basis?
Yes. Mr. Phelps, on October 24th, 2022, sir, were you in the area of Sumter Road, Van Buren Township, County of Wayne? On that date, at that location, did you intentionally discharge a firearm? And you intentionally discharged that firearm in a place which was a dwelling, is that correct? And that was a dwelling that could have potentially been occupied, is that correct? And did your actions result in a reckless disregard for the safety of others?
No, sir.
Wait, no, sir. You shot a gun in a place where people lived, and that wasn't reckless disregard? Explain your logic, please.
Okay. But you did intentionally discharge a firearm inside a dwelling?
Yes, inside my house, yes, sir.
Right. Okay. All right. And would you agree with me that that action is in reckless disregard for the safety of yourself or anyone else that could potentially be around you?
No, I shot at the wall.
Okay. And who was inside that home?
Me.
Okay. And was there anyone, neighbors or anybody else around?
I'm sure neighbors will.
Okay. And would you agree with me then that would be potentially the reckless disregard for you or others around you?
I guess.
You do. It has to be a yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Can you ask a question once more?
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Phelps, given that you were the individual inside your house, is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay. And when you discharged that firearm, would you agree with me that you or potentially anybody else within that vicinity could have been in reckless disregard for their safety?
Yes, sir.
Judge, are you satisfied based on that follow-up?
One thing that I know is they travel through walls. Those lead things. Fuck it. I'm already demonetized for what the content is. Bullets go through walls, people. He's walking that fine line of if he doesn't accept responsibility, they're not gonna take it. But that attorney's really trying to get him to say the right words.
Yeah, yes.
I'm satisfied. Judge, I'm satisfied now.
All right. So court will accept the factual basis in this matter. So Mr. Phelps, understanding all your rights, sir, do you wish to plead guilty to one count of weapons, firearms, discharge, in or out of building? All right, thank you. Court will accept Mr. Phelps' guilty plea and find that it was made knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. Do this.
They are jerks, but I have the most wonderful subscribers in all of YouTubia. I really do. And whether YouTube covers me or not, you guys have always had my back. And you have taken very good care of me, especially in my times of the most need. So screw it. I don't care what YouTube does, because I know you guys love me and are here for me, and I am here for you.
As soon as March 29th, we already did that following week. Defense.
The following week, Your Honor, we're about the April 5th.
April 5th? Does that work for you, Mr. Phelps?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we'll come back on April 5th for the sentencing in this matter. Mr. Phelps, if you could just wait, we'll have some documentation for you to take over to probation so that they can set up a time for a interview for your pre-sentence investigation report. Okay, sir? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, everyone. That'll conclude it.
Oh, I was muted. Yes, Salty, it did. That little yellow money sign, that's saying that my content is not suitable for advertisers. So, and I can't even fight it because so many naughty words and phrases are used in the courts. So many of their unallowed words are used in the courts. And I'm not going to sit there and blur everything out, or the hearings would not be worth watching. So, whatever. Yeah. I noticed. They give me a little warning at the top. Yeah, they do. They give me a little warning, but it doesn't stay on. If I continue to talk, it flashes for a few seconds and then it goes away. So if I don't notice it, then I just keep talking like an idiot. I kind of agree with you. I don't know. There were that one, it probably wasn't. Because if I remember the docket correctly, there was a DV case, and anytime they go into DV detail, I might as well call it good. Well, you saw the words that were getting rejected when I was trying to chat. That's why I wanted to show that to you guys. Because, yeah. Oh, yeah. They absolutely will. They will still put ads on it. Yep. It's just not suitable to pay me for those ads. It's their way of trying to twist my arm into complying to their rules so that they can put more ads on it. Basically, yeah. I could make it 18 years old or older content, but then it just gets really annoying for the people watching it. So I'm not going to mess with it. It's okay. Guys, it's okay. I'm fine. It's okay. I think they still pay a percentage, just not what they do if I was a good little girl. Whatever. I'm fine. I don't do this to get paid anyways. That's what y'all got to remember. I didn't start this channel with, oh, I'm going to be a big YouTube star and make lots of money. No. That's not why I do this. I put this together just to hang out with you guys. That's the only reason I do this. Yeah, cool. If I get paid, great. But I didn't start this to make money. I started this because I had so many friends in the other chats, and I wanted to be able to show you guys the cases I enjoy. So whatever, call it selfish means. I find different types of cases entertaining than what other streamers find entertaining. And I thought maybe there was other people that would enjoy the things I enjoy. That's it. If I get paid for it, great. If I don't, okay. I'm good. Anyways, that's all I got to show you guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I can adjust that in a way. Like I've got it set to, I think I told them only every 30 minutes. So there shouldn't be a lot of them. I'll have to go through and take a look at that. I don't know how to do all that. I should ask Palmy if he can teach me, because the thing is, I know there's ways of doing that, and I set up a Rumble and I had it set for my YouTubes to automatically go there. I don't even remember the password, I'll be honest. I gotta figure that out. But I love you, Philippines. Yes, I do still get the membership. That's the one thing that's solid. I get most of that. I know. Everybody, I know. That's why she makes a couple appearances. Everybody's here for her. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I like, yeah, see, learning is so allowed here. And that's why we go on our little, adventures off screen to learn other things sometimes. And I specifically, like, if there's something that I don't understand, or if they're using a bunch of acronyms that I haven't heard before, I will look up what those acronyms are and, either put them as a caption on the video or pause it and say so, But I'm a big nerd, and I was hoping to find my other niche of nerds, and I did. You guys are amazing. I appreciate that you guys want to hang out with me. You all are doing me the favor. Y'all are saving my sanity. There's a test at the end of this. Yep. My last stream is going to have a test for y'all. So you best be taking notes. All right. Ava, your fan club awaits. Do y'all see that box? That box right there that was up there? Billy went crazy trying to get the toy. And I had the mic muted at the time, but all of a sudden you just heard thump, 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 thump as the box just collapsed onto the bed. It fell completely off of the loft. It was hilarious. She no longer gets second dinner because of this. Because I know she's going to be well fed for dinner. Hi, baby boy. They're not for you. You have already had yours. And cat treats have a lot more fat in them than dog treats do. So you have already had yours. Come on. Come on, good girl. You're a good girl. Yes. Who's a good girl? Yes. Who is here? Who is here for the chat? Well, okay, you gotta turn around this way. Come on, Ava. Come up now. There you go. I gotta lean back. It makes me look like I'm a lot bigger than I am, but I have to lean back. All right. Now excuse me. Well, that was rude. Yeah, Mama's got to sit up. All right, let's try this again. Come on. Don't be so rude this time. Gentle. Gentle. Wait. Good girl. Good wait. She's like, I don't care if I was a good girl or not. I got the treat. Oh, hi, Billy. I know you heard the treat bag and you thought it was yours. Big old fat butts. No, Billy, no, it's not for you. You don't care, do you? You don't care. It's not going to hurt you, but it's the dog treat. It's the bacon strip. Who, Goville Girl, by the way, she had messaged me that her fam, I think it was her uncle, was the original bacon strip voice. I know, yeah. Look at Ava just watching. Ava's like, that is mine. What are you doing? That is mine. There you go. Hey, don't you dare. He's sitting on buttons, y'all. Okay, Billy, you're in the way. Oh, I love you. You are my best friend right here. I love you. All right. I gotta get the cat treats out. Just a couple. Just a couple. I have to check which ones I'm giving them because Billy does not like the Meow Mix version. He won't eat them. He'll leave them on the desk. Earl will eat them, and so will Ava. Billy will not. He is such a picky boy. Oh, Brian Boggs, pigs will eat anything. They don't care. Ava, come on out of the desk. Come on. I don't have it in my hand yet. Come on, out. Now, up this way. Come on, up. Ava, up. There you go. There you go, good girl. Now that I got the cats out of the way and the chat can see you. Now, you just wait. I know how much you love these. These are the ones you steal. But you got to wait and be gentle. Good girl. Good girl. No, you wait. You wait. You are not stealing this pepperoni stick out of my hand. And Billy, you don't need to taste test it. See, you're so focused on the one in my hand, you don't see the one right in front of your face. That sniffer's not working well for you, is it? I know. Everybody shows up just for Ava. I love you, girl. You're so pretty. You got the bestest hugs. And you got the most pretty eyes. And I know you're going back for that bag. She's trying to sniff at the bag. All right. Biscuit. Last one. Good girl. Oh, you want her to talk? Oh, I can get her to talk. I'm going to wait till she swallows, though. I know, Philip Heels. I'll go very soon. Ava, speak. Speak. Brian Boggs wants you to speak. 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 Do I have to put a treat in my hand to get you to speak? I know you didn't forget what that means. I'll break off a tiny piece of pepperoni. Speak. 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 Oh, Earl's reaching for her. Speak. Speak. You gotta do better. Speak. Speak. No. Speak. Speak. Hey, no. Speak. 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 There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Earl, you are so hilarious. The whole time that Ava was up there, Earl was like going like this on Ava's back. Like, hey, you're not supposed to be up there. You don't fit up there. She does. I promise. That was what we wanted. Brian Boggs, the Ava cheerleading squad. Yeah. Yeah. I tried. I was teaching her that one, but I don't like face kisses because she eats cat poo, y'all, and bunny poo, and I don't want that on my face. You know what would happen? Oh no. That's, you know what's funny is that's what she does when Kendra's sleeping. If Kendra's awake, she is loud as all get out. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe when Kendra's still awake, I'll do a video or something with her. Yeah. It's got to be something other than my face. But to her, Ava kisses indiscriminately. What? Sheesh. Something got her excited. She went flying out of the room. Oh. Earl turned on the Chex and Cherries toy. It's like activated. I wonder if that's what Earl was pawing at Ava for. Like, hey, let's go play. Because then Earl went out and started the toy up. And that's what Ava just flew out the door for. Oh my God, those two. Billy, he don't care. Billy's like, I will get to it when I get to it, man. He is such a chill boy. Yeah. He's such a chill boy. She does the Chewbacca sound when she has to go potty. She does. She'll go. It's hilarious. It's so funny. Oh man. But when I record her doing it, my phone doesn't have great audio. So when I record her doing it, it just sounds like a growl. But if you're here, it sounds like I know, they're so great. Goats are amazing. I love goats. Llama, I wouldn't want to have because Catherine's got it right there. They spit. All right, guys. Calling it a night. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. Oof. Salty Buddha. Better go take your dogs on their little nightly walk and potty. All right, y'all. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.